In this video, we are talking all about stabilization techniques and tools for you to use whenever you are feeling triggered and spiraling, so stay tuned. I'll be your light.
Hey lovelies, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Tia.
And I'm Leah.
And we're your manifestation sisters, helping you master your mind to manifest your desires. Before we jump in, we want you to know that if you're manifesting love and relationships, we have just launched our affirmation bundle to help you shift your identity and become the version of you that has what it is you want in that area.
Yeah, and in this bundle you will find affirmation cards, you'll find affirmations for the core areas that we've found with our clients and community and that help them. Find affirmation cards, you'll find affirmations for core areas, audios, a manifestation routine and some bonuses. So yeah, if you really want some help into shifting your identity around self-concept when it comes to love and relationships, this is the affirmation bundle for you. And we also do offer our one-on-one coaching, which the link is in the description box down below for that. So let's jump into the video. So in this video, we're going to be talking about stabilization and the importance of stabilization. And we're going to give you tools and techniques that will help you stabilize when you're feeling triggered and spiraling. So watch to the end of this video. So essentially, the importance of stabilization and manifestation, I think, is really key. Because, you know, we are very wired to suppress our emotion, very wired to when things come up, we think we just have to affirm over it. But I know for myself, this doesn't work for me. And when I'm feeling very triggered or spiraling, based on, you know, outside conditions, maybe circumstances, maybe I've had a conversation, maybe I've seen something, maybe something's happening in my reality, maybe I'm thinking about past memories, and I'm getting just triggered by the thoughts that I'm having. So these thoughts are creating my emotions and these thoughts are causing triggers within me, and because I'm not dealing with it, I'm just re-triggering myself, because we know what we resist persists, essentially. So I think stabilizing ourselves and becoming more emotionally aware and having self-regulation for when we go into that fight and flight is very important when it comes to manifesting as well and getting the things that we want. Because I just think having emotional intelligence and self-regulation is one of the best things we can do for ourselves. So we're self-validating ourselves, we're showing up for ourselves, and we're giving ourselves everything that we need, so we're no longer looking outside of ourselves and we're able to regulate ourselves and drop back into that relax and rest. So we're no longer operating from fight or flight all the time, because we've said it over and over, the more that we deal with our triggers and stabilize ourselves, what the duration, the frequency and the intensity of those triggers lessen.
Exactly. In other words, you don't stay there as much anymore. The days, the weeks, the months that you would have been in that trigger, that thinking, that pattern, that feeling, start to lessen and lessen, because you know how to handle yourself more. And I really see stabilization as the building blocks to manifestation, because instead of being outwardly focused, instead of letting things trigger you externally, it's kind of like the stabilization piece of manifestation. Build your identity up to be able to know yourself, choose yourself, know what you're accepting, know what you don't want to accept. In other words, you start to have this dominance over your 3D reality. And that's why I think stabilization is so important, because things externally, although they might knock you, they don't keep you there. They don't keep you down. Essentially, you might take a little hit, but it kind of bounces off because you've got this emotional stabilization. Your feet are firmly in the ground. It's not going to knock you over. And that's essentially how I see it in my mind. And what it essentially does is start to create a separation between you and your 3D. Things that might be coming at you, things that might be happening, no longer budge you, and you're able to think that I am not my 3D. I am a human having a human experience, but what I think externally doesn't have to involve what I think internally. So essentially you're not comparing your insides to something that happened outside, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so when you're emotionally regulating yourself, because you're not always feeling triggered, you're not always in a triggered state, essentially.
And if you are,
you're a person
you need stabilization.
Yeah, you're a person that's mostly probably feeling okay within yourself, but you know, when you're manifesting a specific person, especially whether they're in your life or out of your life, sometimes we can be having thoughts of the past, or we're seeing outside circumstances, and we're just re-triggering ourselves. Essentially, awareness is key. So, you know, when we're noticing things going on in our reality and we're feeling very triggered, the key is to stabilize ourselves and recognize, okay, I'm noticing I'm feeling triggered because I'm not feeling good in my body, which means I'm thinking things that don't really align to what it is I want. and I'm thinking the opposite, how can I release this resistance? What can I do for myself in this moment to stabilize myself, to make myself feel good? Because essentially you're then validating yourself, you're choosing yourself and being like, okay, what do you need? What do you need from me? I'm giving to you, you're showing up for yourself, you're being your own source in this moment. So you're saying, what can I do for you? And this is a conversation we need to have with ourselves in these moments when we're feeling triggered. Like we're like everyone knows what it feels like to be triggered, what it feels like to be anxious. You know, you're retracted, you feel like, oh, you want to run away, whatever it is, fight, flight, or freeze, right? So there's many ways that we can start to stabilize our nervous system. We can start to stabilize ourselves. So we can turn ourselves back to neutral. Once we've returned ourselves back to neutral, then we can get on to affirming and doing our tools and techniques, whatever it is for ourselves, and taking our power. Essentially doing this is taking our power back. And then we can go on, you know, reinforcing our power. And we've done many videos on this as well. But essentially there are many tools and modalities that we give to our clients and that we've done for ourselves. So the ways you can essentially start to stabilize yourself, and some of the tools we give to our clients, and tools that we've mentioned many times that you've probably heard in other videos. But we're going to give a list of tools that you can use, and we'll also put links down below to videos that we've done, or any videos that we think might be beneficial for you to check out as well regarding these stabilization tools. So the first one is EFT tapping. So we know that EFT tapping is a great way to stabilise ourselves, because we can tap on the different meridian points, and we've done videos about EFT before. So that's a great way to stabilise yourself. And then you also have breath work. So I think breath work is amazing. I actually do breath work every single day for myself. I really like to start my day with breath work. And the breath work I do is like a box breathing, which is in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold. And I just think this is a really quick way to do breath work. And there's also Wim Hof, which I think is also another great breath work that you could do for yourself, which we can link videos for those down below if you want to check out more for those. And then also meditation, because I know sometimes when people are quite anxious and things like that, in the moment meditation might not be what you reach for, but it might be a way to start to center yourself and calm yourself and having a daily practice with yourself, so you're not really getting triggered and spiraling. And then another great way is also journaling, getting those thoughts out on paper and brain dumping everything out, getting those emotions out so it's not all within you. And then the last one that I find is really good is going for a walk as well. So I kind of do all of these things simultaneously for myself when I need to, but you can pick one or two, or just try whatever ones you feel that resonate for you.
Exactly. And one thing I will say, guys, is it's not like a one quick fix situation. It's like what you choose to do for yourself on a moment basis. There'll be days where I'll do EFT tapping. It's not something I do every day. There'll be days where I do breath work. Whereas some people, and there's no right or wrong way to do it, will do breath work every single day. There are things and tools that I center myself in to stabilize myself in that state and get up on the right foot and go to bed on the right foot. And there are things like meditation. It's just you having conscious awareness of what do you need in this moment, like we said at the beginning of the video, to get yourself back into that neutral, calm, centered space, to not be giving your power away, to know that you are the creator of your own reality. And that's what these stabilization tools and practices are about. You taking your power back, you knowing who you are, you remembering your power, and knowing that you get to feel neutral. You don't have to be in a heightened state of emotions and thinking all the time.
Exactly. So these are things that you can do. You can save this video and always refer back to it whenever you need it, and think to yourself, okay, I'm feeling triggered right now. Something's happened in my 3D and it's causing me to spiral. I'm thinking these thoughts that are causing these feelings within me. What do I need to do for myself in this moment? It's always returning ourselves back to this question of knowing when this stuff comes up for us, like that awareness piece, like I said, what can I do for myself in this moment to stabilise myself? And then once I've stabilised myself, I've dropped the resistance, I've got myself back to neutral, then I can go about affirming and doing any things that I need to do for myself to keep on my mental diet and things like that. Because like I said, I don't affirm over things when I'm feeling triggered, because it just doesn't work for me. And I know people think vain affirming is what we need to do for ourselves in these moments, but for me it doesn't work. And I know for my clients and things, the people I've coached, it doesn't work for. So these are things that you could try yourself, and we have a video about like vain affirming and things like that that you could watch as well.
But as I said, there's no right or wrong way. It's just choosing, trying and practicing, and it will start to become a normal lifestyle, natural part of your day-to-day, weekly, monthly life.
Yeah, so essentially what we've spoken about in the video is ways to stabilise. It's just picking ones that resonate with you and seeing what works for you and how you can carry those practices going forward, because it's about us feeling good within ourselves and us really showing up for ourselves and being there for ourselves in these moments and carrying that throughout our life. If you do like this video, be sure to share, comment and subscribe so you never miss a video. As we mentioned at the start of the video, we do have our one-to-one coaching, and we also have our love and relationship bundle. And if you want to check more information about that, the link is also in the description box down below, and we'll see you in the next video.